one of our country's top sports anchors, Boom Gonzalez.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Ooh, what a moment. Good afternoon. Welcome. It's great to see everybody again. Our friends from media, the press, both locally and internationally. And so for some of you, welcome to the Philippines. For some, welcome back to the Philippines. We're all here. We're gathered here to witness history here in Manila. You all excited? Well, they are. And again, we'd like to thank Nike Philippines for making this happen. Of course, King James in Manila. It's surreal to think about it. Not too long ago, a month and a half ago, we were all glued to our TV sets. We were all watching the finals and how it all unfolded. A 7-game series, a grueling series at that. And the culmination of which, of course, is LeBron James winning his second championship, back-to-back. And that was just, like I said, a month and a half ago. And when you think about it, one of the first things that LeBron James would do after celebrating his second championship and his second finals MVP is to come over the Philippines. Isn't that great? That's a great thought, just when you think about how surreal that can be. And we want to thank him for being here in the Philippines. And of course, this event won't be possible without Nike Philippines. As a global sporting brand, Nike not only creates premium products for athletes out there all over the world, but it always continues to find ways to inspire and motivate athletes, especially the kids, the young athletes, especially now the Filipinos, with an event like this to bring the acknowledged best player in the world to the Philippines and will go down as one of the greatest of all time. Now, for those of you who are witnessing history right now and are connected online, we encourage you to please share this moment, whatever it is that you want to share through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and please include the hashtag #WitnessHistory. All right, we would appreciate that. Before we proceed, let's call on Nike Philippines Country Marketing Manager, Courtney Cole Faso, for her opening remarks. Let's give her a big hand, please.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today and as we welcome the King, LeBron James, to Manila. When you think of Nike, most of you would probably think of the line, "Just do it." And you're right, we at Nike believe that each of us should go after our own goals and strive for greatness. As a brand, it is our mission to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world, and that is each and every one of you. By bringing LeBron James to Manila, we hope to inspire his Filipino fans to achieve greatness by witnessing someone who has made history throughout his career. Along with this comes the desire to inspire other people to follow his footsteps. We all know that LeBron has achieved so much, but we also know that he's had his fair share of challenges along the way. As we get to know more about LeBron, we hope that his Filipino fans would be inspired to pursue their goals. Trust me, we are just as excited as you guys, so let's not prolong this any further. Thank you, and we look forward to spending the rest of the afternoon with all of you. Together, let us witness history.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Courtney. We're all ready to go here, and thank you again for bringing LeBron James closer to his Filipino fans. Now, obviously, most of you already know this. You've covered the NBA, you've covered sports for many, many years, and we've all covered LeBron James, only the third player to win a regular season MVP and a finals MVP more than once. It's obviously an incredible achievement in itself, and an elite company. Only Michael Jordan and Larry Bird able to do something like that. Many of us have, if not all of us, have witnessed how he has achieved greatness from his high school days all the way to the professional level. LeBron showcased his talents in high school. He was covered nationally already, national TV, since he was in high school, and eventually showcasing his talents on the biggest possible stage in basketball. And as we all know, the hype has now been realized, culminating with 4 MVPs, 2 finals MVPs, 2 all-star MVPs, a couple of gold medal runs for him, and of course, the most important thing for him is that championship, and 2 of them so far. To honor him, Nike launched a campaign called Witness History, which is a takeoff from a famous marketing initiative that Nike did during LeBron James's early NBA career. We all know that Witness campaign, but the major difference, obviously, as you can see, is that they used 2 eyes in this version of the campaign to signify the 2 championships. And as we all know, LeBron's road to success was never easy. As a kid, a humble kid from Akron, Ohio, raised by a single mother, Gloria James, trying to make ends meet, and then going with a foster family, learning the game of basketball, and they say, of course, as the rest is history. And I think that's what resonates to us Filipinos, the fact that he came from humble beginnings. We have a lot of stories of Filipinos who don't have the means, have single parents, maybe sometimes did not know their parents, and yet they rise through adversity to achieve greatness. And that's what the story of LeBron James is all about. And that's also the reason why he inspires athletes all over the world and the youth especially, as he has done a lot of things with the children all over the world. You know that story. We've read that story. We've heard that story. Let's hear the story from the man himself. Ladies and gentlemen, let's show him what Filipino hospitality is all about. As we always say, it's more fun in the Philippines. Let's welcome the king, LeBron James. Mabuhay, LeBron.
Mic on? Mabuhay, Philippines.
Yeah.
All right, where I'm at? I'm sitting here?
Yeah, man.
All right.
How have you been? How's everything? I know you played in last night, so how's the Philippines treating you so far?
So far, so great. It's a great place, and I'm happy to be here.
I don't know if you've heard, and maybe you have, that it is a basketball crazy country, the -- sport in the Philippines. Has anybody told you about that?
Yeah, absolutely. My head coach, Eric Spoelstra, told me all about it. So, it's very exciting to be a part of such a great culture.
And speaking of, why don't you indulge us for a while about what specific stories? Eric Spoelstra obviously has been here in the country many times. He traces his roots here. He's brought the Larry O'Brien Trophy to the Philippines, something you're keeping to your chest close a couple of times already. Any particular thing that Coach Eric Spoelstra told you about the Filipinos?
Well, he just said it's a great culture, man. They're very passionate about what they love and what they believe in. And, with basketball being huge and probably the biggest sport over here, they're very passionate about it. So, I love the game of basketball, so I'm happy to be able just to, come here try to inspire, the best way I can and, leave a great impression.
When you talk about your dreams, when you were a kid, you obviously dreamt of being a basketball player, a basketball star, but being a global sports icon, was that ever, did that ever cross your mind? And now you've got fans all over the world, halfway across the world here in the Philippines, waiting for you. Later on this afternoon is going to get crazy. Do you ever think about that, being a global sports icon?
No, growing up, you never think about that. You don't really understand that the game and the world is as big as it is. So, my whole dream was, trying to get better each and every day. Mm-hmm. And I had a dream about wanting to play in the NBA, and that was my only mindset.
All right. Well, we'll talk about the world getting smaller a little later. But first, LeBron, I personally had the pleasure and extreme honor of watching you celebrate your championships, covering the finals, the last 3 years that you got into the finals and the 2 celebrations that you had. And we all saw it on national TV here. The celebration in that first championship, you were like a boy that received a toy for the very first time. Really pure, unadulterated bliss. And then the second championship, a little bit more subdued in your celebration. Obviously, that was a grueling series that you went through, not only in the finals, but in the Eastern Conference Finals against Indiana. From an emotional standpoint, can you tell us, though, the difference of the 2 championships for you?
Both of the 2 championship runs were both emotionally draining. Because you're going from one series, from one game to the next game to the next game, and a playoff game is probably 5 times as difficult than one regular season game. So, they both was emotionally draining, but the emotions, ran high, ran low, throughout both series. My first year last year against OKC, we lost game one, so my emotions was very low at that point in time, and but I kept a cool head about it, and we was able to win 4 straight, and obviously I showed my emotions after that game. This year, I was out on the floor the whole time, so going against a great San Antonio team, I knew the hard work, and I knew how well they pushed us for that championship, so it was just basically like a sign of relief, man, and that we was able to accomplish that goal.
Well, we all saw the celebration. Obviously, San Antonio, tough team. You get 4 future Hall of Famers there, from the coach down to the players. And we understood how physically it was so tough for you. But just out of curiosity, what was the first thing that crossed your mind when it was handed to you, the second championship? You always say winning one. Right. Everybody says winning one is already tough, but defending that and winning it again, that's elite company right there.
No, absolutely. I think the second, they always say, once you win the first one, they start to, become easier. It wasn't easier for us at all, to be the defending champs and have to defend your title each and every night, regular season, throughout the playoffs was very difficult. And for me as a player, I just try to be the best player I can be each and every night. I want to be the MVP for our team, try to be the best player on the floor each and every night. So, I was excited and happy and pleased with myself as an individual that I was able to make enough plays to help our team win.
Well, you talk about the individual effort. We all know what you can do individually. You have the accolades, individual accolades to prove that. But you always say it's never been about that. And even in interviews, during your career, you've always been a team player. It was always about a team. Sometimes you get criticized by it, but you stuck to it, and it's gotten you 2 championships. How did you evolve into becoming a leader, not just an individual great player, and then motivate your teammates?
I think my little league coach, Frank Walker, first of all, showed me the game and how to play the game the right way, and understanding that no matter how good one individual is, it takes a full team to win championships. My first year ever playing organized basketball, we won a championship. And, from that point on, I knew this was the right way to play. So he laid the DNA of how to play the game of basketball into me, and, go on, to my AAU coach and then high school coach, James U. Joyce, taught me some great keys as well. Keith Danbrot, also a great coach of mine. And, so I was instilled on how to play the game the right way at a young age, and it's just helped me, throughout, my NBA career.
All right, and you talked about young age. I know you do a lot of work with the kids, LeBron. You have your own foundation, also the LeBron James Family Foundation. You do a lot of work with the Boys and Girls Club of America. A lot of kids from Akron, Ohio. Obviously, you have the I Promise band right there. Tell us about your work with the kids, because that's the most important thing for you too.
Well, that's besides the game of basketball, that is the most important thing for me, to be able to inspire the youth, not only in my hometown but all over the world. But my hometown of Akron, Ohio, raised me. It molded me to the person I am today, to the man I am today. And, I understand what those kids are going through on a day-to-day basis, being from that place. So for me to be who I am, to be in the position I am, to be able to give back to those kids, to inspire those kids and help them push towards greatness in whatever field that they, enjoy, it's a joy for me. And I will continue to do that because it's a passion of mine.
You accepted your MVP award with a lot of kids. You were talking about the I Promise band. What is that all about? For people who don't know, what is that all about?
Well, the I Promise band is an initiative for my foundation where we started with third graders. We followed third graders, throughout grade school, throughout middle school, throughout high school, and they have mentors and high school kids that follow them as well. But the I Promise band is a promise that they will continue to listen to their teachers every day. They will do their homework. They will help others. They will be physically fit and get out and exercise and do great things. And they will be the best people that they can be every day. And on the other hand, my promise to them is I will continue to inspire them. I will continue to be a leader to them, and I will not let them down. So I promise I will not let them down in anything that I do on a day-to-day basis. So it works both hands. I make a promise to them, they make a promise to me, and I can say there's been a success to this point.
And obviously, it's all part of striving for greatness, regardless of what field, whether it's sports or anything that they get into, talking about the kids. And you're going to meet a lot of kids later on this afternoon. LeBron, let's talk about social media. You touched on that earlier. You tweet often, and a lot of them are very entertaining. There's a lot of videos on Instagram.
Yeah.
When you do that, as the world has gotten smaller because of social media, do you have any kind of guidelines, or do you just tweet how you feel?
Nah. I mean, for the most part, what I tweet, what I put on Instagram is who I am. It's my life. And, the fact that I can interact with so many of my fans that I can actually touch on a day-to-day basis is a great thing. And, social media allows me to be at one with my fans. So, it's great. And I love people to have a little insight of my life than just seeing me out on the basketball floor. So I think, it's great. It's a great tool for that instance.
And that's obviously one side of it. But when you're a global superstar that you are right now, the other side, obviously, of social media is that, they can tweet you anything that they want. And you've been able to just forego all of that and do what you do. You also have like some types of Twitter blackout when you want to focus on the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are people on social media that can get a little crazy at times and say things that they wouldn't say to you in person. But for me, I got so many followers. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I got like 9-point-something followers, so I don't see all the messages.
Yeah.
But I think it's great, man. It's a way for people to, I guess, be who they want to be able to exercise who they want to be, but they can get out of control at times too, though.
But you still think it's important for you as a great tool for athletes in general, for global sports icons?
I mean, I don't speak for all athletes. I speak for myself. And, I love being able to interact with my fans, like I said, that I can't touch on a day-to-day basis, and for them to have an insight of my life besides seeing me out on the basketball floor all the time.
All right, LeBron, let's talk about the word legacy. It's been thrown around. It's been thrown around since, you won your first championship. It's still being thrown around now. It's not even done yet. But when you talk about how you define legacy for yourself, the script is still being written. What can you say about that? And what is it down the road for you when it comes to your legacy?
Actually, I really don't even think about it or talk about it. I'm 28 years old. I got 10 years in the league, and I got a lot more to prove to myself. I got a lot more to accomplish that I want to accomplish, and the word legacy is always thrown around very early in our sport or in sports in general.
Correct.
So for me, I don't really talk about it. I think at the end of the day, when I decide to hang my shoes up, put the jersey down, my game and my resume speaks for itself, and I will let everybody else decide where they want to put me.
That's not soon, though, right?
No, it's no time soon.
Okay, hopefully not, right? We got to see more of LeBron James. And there's more to see later on this afternoon at the Mall of Asia Arena. LeBron, do you have anything to say to our friends or fans here before we let you go?
First of all, this is very overwhelming to see all these cameras, all these people excited for me to be here, with Nike and this great promotional tour. I can't believe this is my first time here, understanding how great the game of basketball is here, but this definitely is not my last. So I'm looking forward to what today.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to what today brings, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna do a lot of great things. We're gonna see some great basketball, and I'm here.
Well, there's a reason why it's your first time. You were busy winning championships and MVPs. Ladies and gentlemen, LeBron James.
Thank you.
And we will see more of LeBron later on at the Mall of Asia Arena. I'm sorry if we had to cut our time with LeBron James today. But we will all see you later on at the event where we will showcase, or he will showcase, his basketball, the four-time MVP. LeBron James, we'll see you later on at the Mall of Asia Arena. Thank you very much for coming.